Stoic philosophy to fall asleep and discover ideas that can quietly change the direction of your life is more than just a relaxing experience. It is an invitation to enter a calm space where wisdom replaces worry and reflection replaces restlessness. In the stillness of the night, when the noise of the world fades and the body begins to relax, the mind becomes open to deeper understanding. This is the perfect moment to explore the timeless philosophy of Stoicism, a way of thinking that has guided thoughtful people for thousands of years. Among the greatest voices of this tradition is the Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Despite ruling one of the most powerful empires in history, he often reminded himself that the greatest victory is not over enemies or circumstances, but over the restless movements of one's own mind. His reflections were written privately, often during difficult moments, to remind himself how to live with calmness, discipline, and clarity. Tonight, as you listen and allow your breathing to slow, imagine that you are stepping into the quiet company of these ancient reflections. There is no pressure to remember every word or analyze every idea. Instead, allow the rhythm of these thoughts to gently guide your mind toward stillness. Stoic philosophy teaches that peace does not come from controlling everything around us, but from learning to guide our inner responses with patience and reason. Many people carry heavy burdens of worry throughout the day, replaying conversations, imagining future problems, or wishing that certain events had unfolded differently. But in the quiet presence of Stoic wisdom, we begin to realize that much of this mental tension is unnecessary. The mind becomes lighter when it learns to let go of what cannot be controlled and focus instead on the quality of its own thoughts and actions. As you settle deeper into rest, allow the calm voice of philosophy to replace the noise of anxious thinking. One of the first lessons offered by Stoicism is the understanding that the human mind has a remarkable ability to shape its own experience. According to Marcus Aurelius, the events that occur in our lives are often less important than the judgments we attach to them. When something unexpected happens, the mind quickly begins to interpret it. We may label the experience as unfair, frustrating, or frightening. These interpretations then produce emotional reactions that can linger long after the event itself has passed. Stoic philosophy gently suggests that we observe this process with curiosity. When we notice how our thoughts influence our emotions, we begin to realize that the mind holds more power than we once believed. Imagine sitting quietly beside a river and watching leaves drift along the surface of the water. Each leaf represents a thought that passes through your mind. Some thoughts move slowly, others pass quickly, and some seem to circle back again and again. Yet the river continues to flow regardless of which leaves appear upon its surface. In the same way, the mind can learn to observe thoughts without becoming completely absorbed in them. This small shift in awareness creates a sense of distance between the observer and the thought itself. Within that space lies the possibility of calm reflection rather than automatic reaction. As you relax and listen, allow your thoughts to come and go naturally. There is no need to chase them or hold them tightly. By practicing gentle observation, the mind gradually becomes quieter and more balanced. Another central insight of Stoic philosophy involves the recognition that life itself is constantly changing. Everything around us moves through cycles of growth, transformation, and renewal. The Stoics observed that resistance to this natural process often leads to unnecessary suffering. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself that both joyful and difficult experiences are temporary. When we cling too tightly to moments of comfort or resist moments of challenge, we create tension within our own minds. But when we accept the flow of change as a natural part of existence, our perspective becomes calmer and more flexible. Imagine standing beside the ocean and watching the tide move gently toward the shore before slowly retreating again. No one expects the tide to remain in one place forever. In the same way, the events of life continually move through phases of beginning, transformation, and completion. As you lie quietly and feel your body becoming heavier with relaxation, consider how many changes you have already experienced throughout your life. Some of them may have seemed difficult at the time, yet they eventually led to new opportunities or deeper understanding. The Stoic perspective encourages us to trust that change is not an enemy but a natural rhythm of the universe. By accepting this truth, the mind becomes less fearful of uncertainty and more open to the possibilities that each new moment brings. A powerful idea repeated often in the reflections of Marcus Aurelius is the distinction between what we can control and what lies beyond our influence. This understanding forms the foundation of Stoic discipline and peace of mind. Many people spend enormous amounts of energy worrying about events they cannot shape. They may feel anxious about the opinions of others, the results of distant decisions, or the unpredictable movements of the future. Yet Stoicism reminds us that these concerns exist outside the true reach of our power. What remains within our control are our own thoughts, intentions, and actions. By focusing our energy on these areas, we reclaim a sense of stability and purpose. Imagine placing all of your worries into two quiet spaces in your mind. In the first space are the matters you can influence through thoughtful effort. In the second space are the events that depend on circumstances beyond your control. Once you have recognized this difference, allow yourself to release the second group completely for now. There is no need to carry those concerns into the quiet hours of the night. By returning your attention to the actions and attitudes that truly belong to you, the mind gradually becomes lighter and more focused. Another gentle teaching within Stoicism invites us to approach each day with intention and awareness. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of rising each morning with the understanding that life offers an opportunity to practice wisdom and kindness. When the day begins without reflection, the mind easily becomes distracted by countless demands and impulses. But when we pause briefly to consider how we wish to act, the entire tone of the day can change. Imagine beginning tomorrow with a quiet promise to yourself to approach challenges with patience and clarity. Instead of reacting quickly to frustration or stress, you pause and consider the most thoughtful response. These small moments of awareness gradually shape a stronger and more disciplined character. Stoicism teaches that meaningful change rarely occurs through sudden transformation. Instead, it unfolds through steady practice and reflection. Each thoughtful decision becomes a step along a path toward greater wisdom. As you relax tonight, allow the mind to release the pressure of perfection. Growth occurs through patient effort, not through constant struggle. Another common idea within Stoic philosophy is the practice of appreciating the present moment. Many people spend large portions of their lives replaying memories of the past or imagining possible futures. While reflection and planning have their place, excessive focus on these areas can prevent us from experiencing the quiet richness of the present. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that the present moment contains everything necessary for a meaningful life. As you lie comfortably and allow your body to rest, notice the gentle rhythm of your breathing. Feel the quiet stillness around you. Perhaps there is a faint sound in the distance or the soft movement of air in the room. These small sensations anchor the mind in the present. By bringing attention to these simple details, the mind naturally slows down. Gratitude for the present moment does not require extraordinary events or dramatic achievements. It begins with the recognition that each quiet breath is part of the unfolding experience of life. Another reflection from Stoic philosophy encourages us to see adversity as an opportunity for growth rather than a barrier to happiness. Difficulties are an unavoidable part of the human experience, yet they often reveal strengths that might otherwise remain hidden. Marcus Aurelius believed that obstacles could become valuable teachers. Every challenge offers a chance to practice patience, courage, and resilience. When the mind learns to view adversity in this way, fear gradually gives way to confidence. Instead of resisting every challenge, we begin to understand that these experiences shape our character and deepen our wisdom. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of recognizing our shared connection with others. According to Marcus Aurelius, human beings are naturally designed to cooperate and support one another. Each person carries their own hopes, fears, and struggles. When we remember this shared humanity, compassion becomes easier to practice. Another common insight within Stoicism is the understanding that meaningful growth unfolds gradually over time. Just as nature develops through steady cycles, the human mind strengthens through repeated reflection and thoughtful action. As your mind begins to drift gently toward sleep, remember that the wisdom of Stoicism is meant to guide you toward calm awareness and steady strength. If these peaceful reflections help you relax and think more clearly, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel so you can continue exploring more calming Stoic philosophy designed to help you rest, reflect, and grow.